and welcome to Stay Sharp, Basic Knife Skills and Food Safety with me, Amanuel. Now, first thing I'm going to talk about is picking the right knife for you. First thing you want to do is you want to know the different sizes of knives available to you. There are paring knives, small chef's knives, larger chef knives, and several other knives that aren't worth mentioning right now. First, you want to learn how to hold a knife. The proper technique for holding a knife is pinching it at the metal right here in a light grip, almost as if someone could just, knock it out of your hand, and then you curl your fingers up, and that provides stability while also allowing you to rock your hand up and down. You want to pick the right knife, the right type of knife, and that is one that has the metal going all the way through the handle. This is called the tang, and you want to see this metal part because knives that have metal not going all the way through are less stable and easier. They break easier. The type of metal you want is a hard carbon stainless steel knife, and that's because it is more resistant to breaks and dulling. You want to pick one that has a comfortable handle for you. If you're going to be chopping a lot, you want to be able to hold the knife right and not get your hand tired, which causes slips. And finally, using a plastic handle or a rubber-handled knife, you want that over wood because wood is a porous material and bacteria can get in, which could seep into the food. Okay, avoiding injury. The first step to avoiding injury is to remember, always cut away from you. If you cut away from you, you will never cut yourself. If you drop a knife in the kitchen, just let it fall, because it's not worth a trip to the emergency room. One of the easiest ways to reduce slips and that cause cuts are using knife sharpeners. I use the Any Sharp knife sharpener, and it's really easy to use. And all you do is you pull down the suction, and it sticks to any slipperier surface. And you just draw the knife through. You give it a couple draws, then you rinse it with cold water, and you wipe it off, and it's as easy as that. Proper cutting technique. No. If you do cut yourself, though, the best thing to do is run your hand under cold water. And if it's a small cut, you can just easily bandage that. But if it's a deeper cut, you want to apply pressure and get to a hospital as soon as possible. When we return, I will show you all different kinds of cuts you can use. And it's important that you have proper cuts because that cuts down on the cooking time and makes everything uniform. But I'll show you that when we come back.
Really? Buzz, what's up, man? You left some leaves burning out here.
Yeah, I just came in just for a second.
Come on, man. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. You could torch the whole neighborhood.
It's a good point there, smoky.
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey.
Ready to go?
Yeah, but the fire's not out.
Close enough.
Close enough? If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. I mean, the next thing you know, you've torched our whole neighborhood.
Which is why we're not going anywhere?
Exactly. 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back to Stay Sharp, Basic Knife Skills and Food Safety with me, Amanuel. Now, I'm going to show you a few different cutting techniques you can use. The first thing you need to know is the proper cutting technique. For carrots, you just want to take off the end, and I throw it in my garbage bowl over here, get everything out of the way. Now, when you're working with a rounded vegetable like this, it's always best to slice off an edge, and this is called squaring off the edge. And this helps you get a nice flat surface that you can use. Now, when you're holding your hand, you always want to curl your fingertips away from the knife, because that allows for you to have this knuckle into place so that you can use it as a guide to the knife, and that reduces cutting on your hand. And now I'm going to show you a couple different chops. This is a julienne, or the beginnings of a julienne anyways. And you cut off a few strips, get this out of the way. Now you match those up again, and now you just cut off thin strips just like you did before. This cut is also referred to as the matchstick cut, as it cuts out little matchstick shaped cuts. Now, from this cut, you can use, this is great in salads, but if you want something a little finer, you can always chop it up, and this goes straight into a dice. And if you want something even smaller than a dice, you can go into a mince, which is just, you chop it up as much as you can. And that's the basics of a mince. And now you get this out of the way. And the next cut is a chiffonade. And this is just a fancy word for rolled up salad. You roll up the salad leaf. It doesn't have to be salad. It can be spinach. It can be bok choy, anything like that. You roll it up, and then you cut little strips of it. And this is good for salads. You can use it in wraps. And it adds height and just a little bit, little something extra to it. And you get these nice little lettuce leaflets, let's call them. Now, when chopping an onion, I always hear things like, "Oh no, I hate chopping onions. It always makes me tear up." And the reason for that is because onions, when you chop into them, release sulfur into the air, and that sulfur reacts with the juices in your eye, and it creates a low grade of sulfuric acid. There are certain little tricks you can use. So I've seen some people use goggles. They don't really work for me. But you can also chill it in the fridge overnight, and that reduces the vapors that are emitted from the vegetable. So you just, again, you want to get a nice squared off surface. And now we can go into slices with this. Get nice, thin, uniform slices. And if you want to go even further, you can get some more a mince right here. And the reason we mince is because if the pieces were a little bigger, and you use them in a the flavor would be a lot stronger. But that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for joining me, and I hope I helped make you a little bit safer in the kitchen. Thank you, and have a good day.
Thank you.